Good morning, true crime friends. It's Tuesday, May the 2nd. We are still on the Vallow Daybell trial. Listen, this trial has gone on forever. It is suspected that the prosecution will rest this week, and I'm not entirely certain the defense is going to put anybody on. And this is why I say that. The defense attorney, he's done. He's done. He's sick of this case. I was listening to the recordings this morning while I was on the treadmill, and the judge is like, okay, this one's here, that one's here, blah, blah, blah. Prosecution, are you ready? The prosecuting attorney stands up and she says, yes, Your Honor. The defense, he goes, sure. Sure, sir? He might as well have said, He is tired of this mess. This is what I wonder. What is Lori saying to him backstage, behind the scenes, wherever they go? Is she chewing his ear off with her madness? Does she think he's a zombie? And has she lost her ever-loving mind? Or is she just sitting there politely like, I didn't do anything. There's no, I don't know what you want from me. So they just went through like a bunch of DNA evidence. And so the state got up and they were like, there's DNA and here's all the process and here's all the blah, blah, blah. And the prosecutor gets up and it was like, DNA, huh? Yeah. It could be wrong though, couldn't it? And the scientist was like, yeah, no, that's not a thing. He was like, okay, defense rests. I was like, dude. So then the prosecutor gets back up and the prosecutor is like, blah, 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 DNA, evidence, and then sits down. The witness gets excused. And then they went into cell phone data, which I was like, ugh, this is going to be so boring. This is what I discovered, though. They did a lot of tracking of Lori's brother, Alex Koch. They followed where his cell phone went, basically from the time he moved to Rexburg until, I guess, after his death. You know what we discovered? Murder makes you hungry. I had no idea. Listen, as someone who's never murdered anybody, I did not know that it made you a little peckish. After Tylee, Del Taco. I guess tacos pair nicely with dismemberment. Who knew? Maybe all that roasting of stuff and cleaning up and burning evidence. He was like, you know what this reminds me of? Some refried beans, sir. I mean, he's already dead. So, I guess we can't wish any worse for him, I guess. And then after JJ's death, chicken. He went and he had Chick-fil-A. Okay, so spicy fries. I've literally never eaten at Chick-fil-A. Everyone's like, it's so great, but I don't know. Nothing about that place really moves me. Also, I'm not a big fast food girl. Anyway, so he went and had himself a nice chicken sandwich after, I guess all that lifting and schlepping and digging of holes, like that can make you work up an appetite. But on that podcast, A Date with Dateline, they always do, brands that are upset because they're now associated with murder or whatever. So Del Taco pairs nicely with murder, and Chick-fil-A pairs nicely with digging a grave. Girls, of course you know it's Daisy. Daisy is always barking at something. So the case rolls on. And what I discovered yesterday from the nosy neighbor, from Chad Daybell's nosy neighbor, is that this cult was way bigger than we thought. I thought it was like one or two little people, but apparently these crazy folks can hide in plain sight. And a lot of them were. Lori and Chad were basically the king and queen of Crazyville. They had a whole bunch of followers. All these people were descending on Rexburg. There's a really complicated explanation as to why Rexburg, and I've heard it in a couple different podcasts. It's too complicated and fact-based for me to go into. Me and facts, I don't have time for all of that. I have things to do today. I have people coming to the house today. I'm working on a secret project. I'll tell you about it later, but I'm very excited. A particular television network is showing up here at my little old house, and we're going to do some filming. I'll let you know what happens with that footage. But just so you know, I've done a lot of TV before. I was at a family party this weekend, and one of the aunties was like, you know what? Seeing you sitting there, I'm getting a vision. I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. She's like, I could see you on TV. I could see you having a talk show. I was like, oh, that's nice. I do not want a talk show. Because then the other person would have to talk. There would be interruptions. They would ask me questions. I'm not into that. I just want to get on the YouTubes and babble incoherently for 5 to 7 minutes and then get on with the rest of my day. I have a very nice job with a very nice employer. I like them very much. And then this is a hobby. And so I do my little hobby and then I get on with the rest of my life. So that's how this goes. Anyway, I do have to finish cleaning my house because what I don't want is footage of my actual mess. So tomorrow, hopefully Garth, is that Chad's son? I hope Garth takes the stand. I believe there's only 1 or 2 more days of testimony left from the state of Idaho, Arizona, Utah. You know I can never remember that. Potatoes and bullets. Idaho. Okay, I always want to make it Iowa for some reason. But anyway, the state of Idaho, I think they're going to wrap up this week. Does that mean this case will wrap up this week? How long do we think they will deliberate? I say 5 to 7 minutes tops. All right, I got to go contain my doggies. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.